So this is Zechariah 5 and verse 1. It says, Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, Zechariah speaking with the angels, This is that curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth falsely shall cut off on that side according to it. Now the main thief, right, is Esau Edom, because he steal a whole generation, and steal a whole house, right, and calling himself after Israel, man, right? And steal a whole people, the whole nation of Israel, man. Him take to himself and took their identity, right? And still have the last people in captivity up to today. Whether it be systematically or whatever. We're still enslaved today under Esau Edom, man. Right? And he's the one that swear it falsely, because him of the script, him take on, not only that, but him take unto himself the people of the Lord. Right? And him start to use the Bible to justify his wicked means. So anyway you take it, the scripture speak about if it's still a man and him be found in your presence, you're gonna get put to death. And if you blaspheme the holy scriptures, man, and having the Bible in your possession, and look, anyway you split it, Esau, you're going down by the hands of the Lord, Yahweh Shemi and Shaiman. Alright, so it says, verse 4, I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. Right? Into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of the house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and with the stones thereof. Right? So it's going to burn America. 100% desert, man. Right? See, nuclear missiles going to be shoot off on America to burn. These missiles, man, are going to totally turn that place into ashes. These chariots. Right? Right. So we can stop that right there. Let me get another one. All right. Let's get 2 Ezra 13 and 1. Right, it said, and it came to pass that after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind of the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And speak about outer space. Right? And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whatsoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice. Has the earth feel it that when it feeleth the fire? Right? And he's speaking about the chariots. That huge chariots, that man waxed strong, is speaking about Yahushai, the thousands of angels. As we say back in the book of Acts 1 and 11, in like manner, this now is speaking about his return. Ezra saw all of this, man. Ezra see the return, and the man waxed strong with the angels. This is the deliverance that was shown to him in a vision, right? And this happened. This is what is going to happen. Let me put it that way. He said, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that feel it, that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. After this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of numbers from the four winds of heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. I beheld, and lo, he gave himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. So, in the midst of World War III, you know what I mean? That's when the Lord I'll come deliver, and render his judgment and his punishment. Right? Let me get a scripture back. All right. This is Isaiah 13. Basically, we can start at verse 1. Let's forget the point. It's Isaiah 13, we start at verse 1. It said, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift ye up a banner upon a high mountain, and exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hands, that they may go into the gates of the noble. And it's the gate of the noblemen. All of these wise men are self-proclaimed wise men. Esau, Edom, your banking elites, all of these men that know the truth, right? That are running this wicked society. We're not mentioning the lower luminaries, but these men that are in high, that, make shit happens while a lot of people wonder what's happening, Those are gates I know about. That's where the Lord sent it, because these words, we are directly speaking to them. According to our people and people in general, what we're speaking about is madness. But to them, it is like a dagger to the heart, because we are seen to them as a threat to their, There's the reason why they might come at us very hard, So I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones, right, for my anger, right, that they may rejoice in my highness, right. So all of the angels, man, or even the men, the elect, are pumped, and the Lord put spirits on these men to both prophesy, the downfall of this kingdom, and as well as these angels are coming to do the bidding of the Lord Yahweh Shai. He said, the noise of a multitude in the mountain, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together, right? The Lord of hosts must say those of us. So the kingdom of nations, all of these nations is going to gather together, right, in the third world war, man, to fight against each other. That's when the Lord is going to make his appearance, man. We don't know when, right? But we don't see things building up. I know scripture speak about wars and rumors of wars, but be not troubled, because the end is not yet, right? But there are going to be times when these things are going to be full-fledged, So they come from a far country. What come from a far country? All these thermonuclear missiles, but all of these countries have. You have Russia, China, America, all of these nations, and now they're arming their allies with nuclear weapons. So once those nuclear weapons shoot off, man, the Lord is going to come, and because these missiles are going to be aimed at America, the mass majority, because America is going to shoot at their enemies, and their allies are going to shoot at their enemies, and all of these, they're going to shoot back at America and their allies. So missiles is going to go off, right, in the third world war, man, all over, right? But in America, right, and throughout where Israel or the elect is, the Lord is going to basically beam up and deliver those men, right? It says they come from a far country, from the end of heavens, even the Lord, and the weapon of his indignation, right, to destroy the whole land, right? So it's even the Lord and the weapon of his indignation to destroy the whole land, right? See? So that's what's going to happen, man. The Lord and all of these chariots, to deliver before those missiles drop. So whole eve, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Right, so let's get back in our second Esdras. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, it was gathered together a multitude of men out of numbers from the four winds of heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And remember that they're going to be fighter jets and all of these things, just to fight against the Lord Yahweh Shai. Scripture speak about there is war in heaven. Michael and his angel, which is not speaking about Satan. his fight against the dragon. No, he's speaking about Esau, Edom, and their angels, which are these fighter jets, these soldiers. I said, behold, what I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Right? And he's speaking about how big the chariot was. It was like unto a mountain. But I would have seen the region or place where the hill was graven. I could not, to show you the hugeness of it. After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. For lo, as he saw the multitude of the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but out of his mouth. And just to show the fear that's going to be on these men, this Lord are going to put the spirit on them to fight just the same. Because just imagine this huge ship, right? This huge craft just enter the earth atmosphere, blocked out the sun, block out any light. People gonna be scared shitless, man. Yeah, as Ezra says, as Ezra said, him can't see where it ends or where it begin. That's huge, man. But the spirit are upon him fight. And he just not gonna lift up any, instrument of out of his mouth. So there's gonna be a laser beam firing, right, from these crafts. Say, but only I saw he sent out of his mouth, it has been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Right? So, these things, it's going to be a day to be remembered, man, because the Lord are going to do this thing, The Lord are going to make it known that, look, I am to be feared. You know what I mean? And judgment is going to be dished out, in his righteous way, man. So this is Isaiah 31 and verse 5. It says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem, defending also, right? He will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. So these chariots, as the scripture says, bird flying, and as bird flies, it flies in formation, right? So you have the ones that's guiding, at the front, and then it's like a arrow or a triangular shape, going forward like a V, you know what I mean? Seeing, and cause them flying ranks, seeing. So it's as birds flying, so will a lot of hosts defend Jerusalem, and defending also he will deliver it. Passing over, he shall preserve it. He will preserve it. Right? So it's going to be our defense, right? These chariots are going to defend us as well as our deliverance. Remember, it's coming to dish out judgment on the heathens, as well as to deliver Israel. So our salvation lies in Yahweh Hashem, and these are the things where the Lord are going to use for deliver the host of Israel, man, out of this wicked society. Right? Now, we can end the lesson there, with that one, give our praises and glory to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem Kodash. The bonus to the elders and apostles of Great Stone. Shalom to your brothers in the highways and the byways, preaching and teaching His word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.